Okay, I've been thinking a lot recently about why recovery is so flipping hard, right? There's probably like a million reasons why. But like really, one of the biggest reasons is you don't get a lot of positive reinforcement going through recovery, right? So like any other goals that you set out for yourself outside of recovery in life, it's like, I'm going to get an A in this class. So you study really hard, you're getting good grades on the tests, and report cards come out and you got an A. And you're like, woohoo, yes, I got it. That positive reinforcement throughout was kind of congruent with my end result here. Same thing with like, I'm going to set a goal to clean out and organize my whole house. So then I'm going to do it room by room by room. So I finish one room and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at how nice and organized this is. That felt good. It was hard, but it felt good. And I'm so excited for myself. I'm so glad. I'm going to move on to the next room. This whole house sooner or later is going to be organized. Positive reinforcement. But when you're in recovery and you're setting out to accomplish a goal and it's something like, I'm going to eat unrestrictedly and that happens to be a ton of food every day, and you're feeling really, really stuffed, but you're still thinking about food, and you go and you eat a giant, deep crust pizza, and you're laying on the couch feeling physically miserable, mentally, your eating disorder is beating the living crap out of you, and you're like, nothing about this feels positive. Nope, not liking this, right? And it's that over and over and over again in recovery. Not very much positive reinforcement. And people can only hang on so long if they're not very determined to get through recovery, if that's kind of how they're going to feel every day. And so there's some things that you can do, obviously, to kind of tackle or get around those hurdles. One of them is reminding yourself, and this is something that you're going to have to train your brain to do, is reminding yourself of the big picture and what are you actually trying to do in your recovery. Because it's so easy to lose sight of that. It's so easy in the heat of the moment when you're making a decision to completely forget that you're in recovery and you're actually trying to overcome a fear of weight gain. You are trying to heal your relationship with all foods. You are trying to teach your body that it's okay to be restful and still. But yet you're feeling like you need to go out for a walk, or you gave in to ordering the salad at lunch, or you went to the grocery store and bought half of the items you bought were your diet safe foods. What are you doing? Ask yourself, what are you doing in that moment? How do you expect to teach your brain that you're not afraid of weight gain if you keep doing things like that, right? And so reminding yourself, even though you're not getting positive reinforcement, if you can use logic and say, hey, you know what? I know logically what I have to do. I have to remind myself what I'm doing here. In this moment, all day long, I'm trying to recover from my eating disorder, and I can't let the eating disorder dictate any of my decisions. So I'm going to remind myself right now that I'm in recovery, and I'm going to do the hard thing. And then I'm going to get, again, just like slapped in the face by my eating disorder. I'm going to feel beat down and frustrated, but I'm just going to keep my eye on the prize. I'm just going to keep remembering that if I just get through these stages and I just keep going, things are going to eventually get easier. Now, down the road, later in recovery, you are going to start experiencing stages where you are getting some positive reinforcement, but that doesn't come for a while, right? That positive reinforcement is going to look like, oh my gosh, like I was able to just go out to a meal with my husband and laugh and joke around, and he just ordered for us and I just ate whatever came to the table. I had very minimal anxiety, and oh my gosh, and I get to go home and have dessert when we get home, and you're getting some positive reinforcement as that anxiety comes down. But initially, the anxiety is so high, you're physically feeling awful, and it's just really hard. You just have to have a lot of grit and determination. So definitely my biggest number one tool here in how to get through those stages of recovery is going to be reminding yourself and teaching your brain to constantly, all throughout the day, ask yourself, I am trying to overcome a fear of weight gain. Is what I'm about to do going to help reinforce fear of weight gain, or is it going to help me to overcome fear of weight gain? Is going for that walk going to actually help me to overcome my fear of weight gain? You don't ask that question because you know the truth. You know what the answer is going to be. Same thing with, should I have that second sandwich? I don't want to have to ask that question. I don't want to ask the question. Is this helping me overcome my fear of weight gain if I don't have it? No, it's not. And I did think about it and I do want it. My mental hunger's there. Gosh dang it. Yes, I have to have the second sandwich, right? And again, just because you're talking yourself through these things and you're using logic to make these decisions doesn't mean that it's just going to make you feel emotionally great and all the fear is going to be pushed aside. It's not. You're still going to have to experience that discomfort. But if you hold on to truth and you hold on to logic and you stay in the present moment, you will be able to accomplish anything. And when your eating disorder is screaming at you and it's so, so loud, Take a step back and realize that's not normal. This is stupid. What's going on in my head? I don't like this. I don't like living this way anymore. I don't like feeling this way after I eat something that I enjoy. This is ridiculous. And that's why I'm going to be super bold right now, because I have to recover from this eating disorder. I'm not cool with this anymore. I have to put an end to this. And the only way to do that is to be really, really bold. So that's my message to you today. Have a good day. Bye.